Yo, what is up, you guys? Your boy Swag-kun back at it again with another video, and today we're going to be going over a full Black Clover mobile beginner's guide in January 31st of 2024. This is the updated version, so let's go ahead and get straight into it. As most of y'all know, I started posting Black Clover content, and a lot of y'all are interested in the game, so let me put y'all on. And if you're brand new to my channel and are thinking of joining Black Clover mobile, let me put y'all on this goated game right here, my G. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. So right when you log in, as you guys can see, there's a whole lot of things going on, but let me go ahead and explain to you. Swag, I just started the game, I just got in, what the hell should I be doing? Let me go ahead and put you on, my G. So the first thing that you want to do is progress through the story as much as you can. As a complete beginner, you're not going to get super far, but it's going to be the easiest way for you to level up your account, level up your stamina, and level up your mages, right? So once you get as far as you can in the story and it starts to get a little difficult, or you're kind of struggling a little bit, okay, Swag, what do I do now? So first of all, in order to do the story, if you ever get stuck on where to go, up here on the top right, so I'm still progressing through the story as well, up here on the top right, you can click up here and it's going to automatically take you to where you need to go, right? So that's what you want to do. Progress as much as you can. Once you get stuck, this is what you're going to do after you get stuck and you're kind of, you know, what do I do now? So you're going to go to challenge down here on the bottom right, and you want to go to normal challenges. Right now, as a beginner, you don't really have to worry too much about the bottom four. You really just want to focus on mage XP. This is what you're going to need to level up your mages to the highest levels that they can go, right? And obviously there's a bunch of levels, so just progress as much as you can. You're not going to get super far, but just do the best that you can and get some potions to level up your mages. Right here, we also have gear. We will go into leveling gears and bonds in a little bit when we go over the mages, but here is where you really want to, this is where you're going to get gear. Gear is what's needed in order to power up your mages, so you can get them with defense gear, attack gear, magic attack gear, speed, HP, all of that good stuff. We'll go over that a little bit later in the video. So there's that, there's the gear, the dungeons, and finally, you have bond patrol. So as you progress through the story, you unlock more worlds and more bond patrol levels. And so bond patrol, you're going to need to actually promote your mages from all the way down to SSR to UR and finally to LR. But we'll get into that right now when we go over the mages. So as a beginner, you should focus on these three: Evergreen Forest, Dungeon, and Bond Patrol in order to level up your mages, make them stronger, so you can continue progressing in the story. So now let's go ahead and move over to mages. So mages, right now it is January, so I think that beginners are still able to re-roll continuously until you get a good a good mage that you want. If it is that way, the two units that I recommend summoning for and re-rolling for is Mars and Lotus. You want to keep on re-rolling your account until you're able to get Mars or Lotus, because those two are the ones that are going to carry you the furthest as a beginner. And even now that, like, as we progress, and even on JP, the JP servers where they're super far more ahead than we are, they're still like S tier in every single category. So Mars and Lotus are definitely the ones you want to aim for. Lotus helped me. I was only able to pull Lotus by himself and he helped me a lot, but Lotus is a debuffing mage, so he's going to make it easier for you to kill units, and Mars is a defending mage, which is going to help you tank attacks from enemy units. So whichever one you prefer, if you're able to get both, go for it. If not, one or the other is perfectly fine. Just make sure you aim for them. And starting off as a beginner, you really want to focus on building up a blue team. So there is blue type mages, red type mages, and green type mages. So that's what you need to focus on right now. And right now you really just want to focus on getting blue type mages. So Mars, Lotus, Julius will be coming back, and all these other units will be coming back if you're barely starting right now. Charmy is a great healer for blue type mages, you know what I'm saying? So those are who you really want to focus on. There's also different types. So there's attacking mages, there's defense, there is healers, there's debuffers, and then finally there are supports. But don't worry too much about that. As a beginner, all that matters is that you're focusing on Mars, Lotus, and the story mode Asta, because he's going to help you out in the beginning, and Charmy, so that you have a solid healer starting off as a beginner. So now let's go over all this, right? So there's a lot to kind of break down here. So let's go ahead and pretend you just pulled a brand new unit, right? So we're going to pretend Mommy's sister Lily is your brand new character. So in order to get your mages to LR, right, you're gonna need to level them up first. You cannot promote a mage to UR, to LR, or anything like that until you level them up and reach their level cap. Feel me? So let's use okay, so let's use Jack for example, right? Just pulled brand new Jack SSR. You need to level him up to his max level, which is 60. That's gonna be his cap. Once you level him up to level 60, you're gonna want to go to rank up. Now these shared mage pieces, you're gonna need to get 4 of these in order to rank him up, right? You can get these by playing the story, you can get these by leveling up mage's bonds. There's plenty of ways to be able to do this, and I'll go over a few ways for you to get those in a minute. So you really want to, you're gonna rank them up, right? Once you do that, you're gonna go to bond right here, the little heart on the bottom left. Bond is what you need in order to rank up your mages all the way up to the top. So as you guys can see, leveling up bond level 1, this is why you want to be grinding those bond missions that I was showing you earlier. Use these mages to level up their bond. Once you get to bond level 1, you're gonna get this, and every single bond level, as you guys can see, you get one from bond level 2. Every single bond level will give you some type of reward, right? So once you get to bond level 4 and you level them up to their cap, you will be able to promote them to UR. Then you're gonna do the same thing again. You're gonna max out their level cap, which should be 80. You don't need to use 4 of those shared mage pieces. You already did it, you're done. Now you just need to level up their bond level all the way till you get to bond level 10. So yes, it is a little bit of work, but that's why as a beginner, you really wanna focus on getting those mage XP potions to level them up, their bond levels in order to level them up to LR. And then once you get there, right, it also comes with a pretty dope costume. Every single character has a dope costume. And also you will be able to get ways to actually level them up using these gifts. So as you guys can see, he's at bond level 8, but if I use some of these gifts, I'm able to level him up as high as I can, right? There are a few ways to get some gifts. I'll go into that as well. So there's that. Now let's go to gear. So gear, I personally don't have any gear on Jack yet, but the higher that you level up a unit, so let's go ahead and go on my Julius, right? So my Julius, as you guys can see, there's more slots now. Right now as a beginner, you don't got to focus on the intricacies yet. You just got to focus on the general, right? So there's gear that gives attack, gear that gives magic attack, gear that gives defense, HP, speed, all of that good stuff. So let's say Julius, for example. Julius is an attacking unit, so I like to build him with attack, right? So right now as a beginner, what you really want to focus on is just having 2 pairs of everything. So if you have an attacker, click info, it says attack. Build him up with some attack. Use 2 blue units or 2 blue gears, and it'll give him a set bonus buff, as you guys can see right here, defense plus 250, right? And then right here I have 2 reds, 2 yellows. That's what you should basically be doing as a beginner. Grind the gear that you can. And the reason why I say build a full blue team is because when you go to dungeon, right, this dungeon power has the 2 best gears in the game, which is speed and attack, right? So this is why you want to be able to grind this dungeon out. This is red, so they're going to be full red enemies. So if you have a full blue team, you'll easily be able to progress through the dungeon and complete it, right? So that's why you want to be able to do that. Next thing, so that's gear. Next one, we have enhance. So enhance means as you pull copies of the character, you'll be able to enhance them. So let's use William for example. So if you go here and you click view enhancement levels, the more dupes that you put into a character, they can actually unlock passives. So if you get 1 dupe, you get 1 star right here, some stats go up. If you get 2 dupes of William, right, you get a 30% chance to grant a 10% increased mobility buff upon taking damage. So there's a buff. And then 3, 4 are stats. And then at 5, you get an even bigger stat boost, which is a passive. So if you're not able to pull any dupes, right, that is perfectly fine, because there's also these, which are versatile mage pieces. You can unlock these by doing the mage's path. So I'll show you guys that here in a second. So this is basically a universal SSR mage piece. So you can use this on any mage and it counts as a dupe, or if you pull a copy of them, you will get one of these and you'll be able to add that into the enhancement spot right there. Next up, we have talents. So talents, you don't really need to focus on these too much as a beginner. This will be more in the future, but basically these will give you some stats. You can use the talent seed mission in the normal challenges, and you'll be able to grant any type of attack buff here, any type of defense buff here, or any type of support buff here. You can only use 2 at a time, so really make sure you rotate and really try and pick the ones that match your mage the best and supports their kit the best. So finally, we're gonna go here to skills, and this is where you'll be able to see how good a mage is. So you're gonna have for one, you're gonna have a skill page, right? So skill page you can get by summoning, or even some you can get by progressing through the story. And here, so you have universal mage. You can use any skill page on anyone. So here I have Julius, but I can equip a Captain Yami skill page on him. Captain Yami gets these buffs right here. So if you have a Captain Yami and you equip a Captain Yami skill page, you get all of these buffs right here. Otherwise, you will only get the passive skill. So if I equip this Yami onto a Julius, for example, I'm only gonna get the passive skill that's there at the bottom. Same thing with characters. You can also enhance skill pages by getting a SSR skill page versatile piece, or actually pulling duplicates of the skill page. So hopefully that makes sense. So there's that. And if not, there's also regular general SSR skill pages, which just give regular buffs such as these, right? Now, here are the skills. So you have your skill 1. I'll go into combat and then show you guys how this performs in action right here in a few minutes. But here's skill 1. This takes no SP. So you're gonna have, you accumulate SP as you fight in an arena, as you fight in a story, and all that good stuff. This does not cost anything. This is your normal attack. You can use it at any time, whenever, right? So this is, everyone has this regular attack. Then you have your skill 2. Skill 2 uses, I believe it's 4 SP, if I'm not mistaken. And this is basically like a upgraded normal attack. So this is your like special move, right? This one also has its own buffs and everything right here. And as you guys can see right here on the bottom right, you are able to level up your skills by unlocking these. And these you can do through Hall of Illusions, which I will get into right now. As a beginner, like I said, don't worry about this too much. This is more further down the line, once you get a little bit stronger with your gear and your levels, and you get at least 4 mages to LR, right? So don't worry about that too much, but you can use these to level up your skills as well, make them stronger. This is your skill 2. And finally, you have your special skill right here, which is their super strong move, basically. It's like their final, like their Mortal Kombat finisher, whatever. That's what you want to call it. This is their special skill, and it takes up and consumes all of your SP, so 8 out of 8 SP, but this will be their strongest attack. And finally, you have combined attack. So like I said, I will go into a fight and show you guys how this performs in action, but combined attack, you team up with another mage and both of them just take turns using a normal attack, but it can actually give them a buff. So as you guys can see, inflicts 10% reduced mobility, but this also costs SP as well, right? Now, there are some mages that can team up together and have a special combined attack. So here's a regular combined attack with just in general anybody, right? And then here's the one with, so Lotus, as you guys can see, he has a combined attack with Lotus. So if you pair both of them together on a team together, like right next to each other, they actually do a bonus debuff, 40% chance to inflict taunt, and reduces all attack on enemies for 2 turns. That is why it is so important to have both of them together, because not only do they have a nasty combo attack, they're crazy at helping you complete all of the PvE content as a beginner. So that's why I really say focus on them. Okay, so now that we went over that, there should, as a beginner, you're gonna have a little slot right here that's called Mage's Path. So let's go ahead and check that out. So here's a screenshot of Mage's Path. It should look something like this, right? I already completed mine, so mine's not there anymore, but you really want to do your best to complete as much as you can of this while you progress through the story. Now, the reason for this is because you can get a lot of great things. You can get SSR versatile mage pieces, right? You want to save those. Don't use those yet. Save them. You get those. You get black crystals, which you can use to summon. You get summoning tickets. You get mage XP potions. You get so many great things, and this is an excellent thing to complete as a beginner because it really stocks you up on a lot of resources that you will need to for end game content and be able to level up your mages a lot faster. So next up, now, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So as you progress through the story, we're gonna go ahead and click the little globe right here on the right hand side, and you're gonna go to this little chibi world, right? So let's go back to world 1. Let's go back to world 1. So there's a few things that you can do here, right? So here are your bond patrol missions. So for example, if I click bond patrol and world 1, it's gonna take you over to bond patrol, and this is where you can basically grind up your bonds and do all that good stuff. Aside from that, every single world, so like I said, as you progress through the story, you will unlock more worlds, and every single world has its own shop. So if you go right here to the bottom left hand side, here you have your little shop. So you're gonna go ahead and click confirm, and this shop in every single world is slightly different, but they sell similar things. So remember earlier how I said you want to level up your bonds, and a fast way to do that is by buying gifts. So as you complete bond level missions and unlock more and more and more difficult stages of them, as you complete the most difficult stage of each bond level, your world reputation goes up. As your world reputation goes up, you unlock all of these insane things that you can buy in the store. So right here, I already bought mine, but as you guys can see, gift box for attacking units. You get crystal, fragment of will, and shard of wills, which as you guys saw earlier is used to level up your skills. You get special abrasive, so right now it's not too important, but it's to basically upgrade your gear. Gift box for defending mages, and then you have food materials, which we'll get into in a second, and you get a summoning chest to where you can actually unlock some gear. So the more that you complete bond levels and do all that stuff, you'll be able to increase your reputation. How do I check my reputation? You're gonna go down here to the bottom left where it says adventure journal. As you guys can see, my world reputation is maxed out, and it'll give you all the reputation missions to be able to level up your reputation in this world. Reach reputation level, and each level up that you get, you unlock new items, and you also get things such as black crystals. You get page selection tickets will help you select whatever mage you like and enhance them. SSR shared mage pieces, SR shared mage pieces. You see, so there's a lot of great things that you can get from here. So overall, very solid. And this is also an easy free to play way to level up a unit that you already have. So let's say you have Mars or Lotus or William, who's really good when he's completely maxed out. When you actually max out your full reputation, right? So you get to reputation level 4, you get this SSR Mage Piece Selection Chest. So when you get this, it lets you pick from the OG characters, so Mars, Lotus, William, all those characters. It lets you pick a mage piece for those characters to enhance them one level. There's a bunch of worlds. There's, I think, 6 or 7. So that means 7 easy mage pieces to free to play max out any unit that you want. So you really want to make sure that you guys are grinding these out. Like I said, memory shards, you get these as well. So a free skill page for the OG Asta. You can do fishing. So fishing, I mean, it's just very simple. You can go to fish, and it can give you stamina, it can give you food to create food in your hideout, all that good stuff. So I'm not gonna go over that because it's nothing too crazy, you know what I mean? But there's that. So now that you guys went over that, another thing that you want to do is do the Gateway of Reunion. So right now it's a little late into the season, but every single season we have a Gateway of Reunion key, and it'll give you some missions. You want to complete those missions because with that key, you will be able to get for free a seasonal character. So right now, we had these 3 seasonal characters, right? We had Fuego Leon, we had Mommy Charlotte, and then we had Jack. If you complete that Key of Reunion missions, you'll be able to get one of these characters for absolutely free to play, absolutely free, no cost at all. So that's why you really want to grind those out too. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and go to the hideout. So if you click on the bottom right, you can go to your hideout once you progress into the story and unlock it. So number 1, y'all see how my stamina is overlapping right here? Don't let it overlap, because when you clean it out, so let's say I go to 0 stamina, it replenishes over time, right? So if you leave it here, it just stays stagnant, it doesn't replenish, and you're losing out on stamina. Like I said, use the stamina to grind gears, grind mage XP, and grind bond patrols. Make sure you guys are doing that. Once you run out of stamina in the hideout, over time, while you're not playing the game, you collect income. So if you click collect income, as y'all can see, you get stamina, you get food materials, you get mage XP leveling up potions. So you really want to make sure that you come in periodically. I believe it refills like 2 or 3 times a day, so just make sure you come back and collect your income. Otherwise it's just going to stay stagnant and it's not going to keep on going because it caps at 100%. So what can you do in here? For right now, as a beginner, all you got to worry about is cooking. So you go to cook, right? This is really going to help you out. So if you go to cook, there's a bunch of different foods that you can make, and as you guys can see, Yule collected. Yule is important. Gear drop rate by 10% increase when you're grinding dungeon. And right here is one that you really want to focus on. Bond collected plus 10%. That's what you really want to focus on. And while you do those bond missions, so let me go ahead and show you guys as a quick example, right? So we're gonna go to bond. Let's go to world one, and it's gonna take you to this little chibi world again. It's gonna take you to wherever it is that you clicked. I'm not pressing anything, bro. I'm just letting it roll. So as y'all can see, there are different difficulties. So I already finished mine. So let's go ahead and go to nightmare, okay? And I'm gonna show you guys how I actually do this. So for now, this is the squad that I'll use. So we'll use this squad for now. So I'm gonna go to food down here on the bottom right. You'll see this, right? So I'm gonna click bond plus 15%. And now once I click that, I'll be able to get a plus 15% bond boost onto my characters. I'm not gonna do it because they're already maxed out. So what else do we got here? We have preset skills. Preset skills. So basically this means you can leave your game playing in auto by itself, right? Leave it playing in the background while you cook, while you clean, while you poop, while you do whatever you want. And it'll automatic, so you can go ahead and pick the order. So let's say Mimosa, she's my healer. I want her to use her healing move first and then her ultimate. So that's the order that she's gonna do it in every single time. For Julius, I want him to use his ultimate first and then his skill 2. I want him to do that over time. So they're automatically gonna prioritize number 1 and then prioritize number 2 if priority 1 is not available, if that makes sense. So you really wanna do that. Next up, skip tickets. You can use these skip tickets. You unlock them through the story by completing missions, doing all that stuff. As it states, you skip it and it'll automatically clear the stage for you, save your time, but it still consumes stamina. This right here is a dispatch. So, oh no, this is auto repeat battle. So if you want to leave your game playing in the background, you want to click plus 50, have it play 50 times, then you just let it sit there and it'll automatically play 50 times for you. But now with the new update, this isn't really necessary. Instead, you can dispatch regardless of your power level. So you can go ahead and click dispatch, even if you use a team. So look, this is let's use this, right? So my team is insufficiently, it says 81,900 insufficient. That doesn't matter no more. You can go ahead and click dispatch plus 50 and it's gonna replay. Now keep in mind, you have to have decently strong units because if not, they're just gonna die. It's gonna play auto for you. So remember to say your preset skills, click dispatch, go there, and then it'll leave it playing in the background. So you can go on YouTube, go on TikTok, you know, go to work, go to school, do your thing, and it's still gonna be playing them in the background with you having your phone turned off. So it's perfectly okay. It'll leave it grinding while you're doing your daily thing, which is perfect. Now here times 3, as y'all can see, this stage costs 12 stamina, right? If I click times 3, I'll only play the mission 1 time, but I get 3 times the rewards for 3 times the stamina. So it's the equivalent of playing the mission 3 times, but instead you're only doing it once. So instead of 12, it's gonna be 36 stamina, if that makes sense. And right here on auto, that basically just means it's gonna automatically play for you. You could just leave your phone there and it'll do it for you. But since we're here, let's go ahead and hop into this. So we'll use for this one. So we're gonna go ahead and click start and we'll go over the combat really quick as well. So let's go ahead and get into this. Right? So the way that you go first is by speed. So is my fastest character, so he's gonna go first. So if you hold down the skills, right, you can go ahead and see what each one does. So this one inflicts total silence on 1 enemy. This skill 2, hold it down, it deals damage to all enemies and inflicts silence and SP -1. And this is his normal attack, which also attacks 1 enemy. And here's his combo, which since he's next to Noel, him and Noel are gonna have that combo attack. Now, as you guys can see, right here, his SP is glowing, so it's 8 out of 8. And on the right-hand side, you'll see how much each thing costs. So your ultimate skill costs 8 out of 8 SP. Your combo skill uses 6 out of 8 SP. Your skill 2 just has a cooldown. So you have to wait, as you guys can see right here, 3 turns before you can use it again. So if I use it now, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it now. I have to wait 3 turns to use it again. Now, is a red type unit. You can see down here on the bottom. And up here on the top, you can see which ones are beneficial versus other types. So red is good against green, green is good against blue, and blue is good against red. And that's why you see great and good. Good means that it's red versus red, blue versus blue. And if you have a type advantage, it says great. If you have a type disadvantage, it's gonna say bad. So we're gonna go ahead and attack all units. So I'll click that. And he's gonna attack everybody, right? So now here comes Julius. It's Julius's turn because he's next fastest. We're gonna go ahead and click his special move. And this big ass bear is great. So we're gonna go ahead and attack the bear. Use the special move. Now Julius in his special, if he kills an enemy, he gets an extra turn. So now we're gonna use skill 2. It attacks all enemies, so you can click wherever you want. Kills them too, right? Now we have Noelle. So Noelle's a red type unit and this is green. So she gets a type advantage. So since it's almost dead, I'm only gonna do her normal attack. So click normal attack and click the enemy and it should be done to go. So again, Yuno's probably gonna go first. We're gonna use his ultimate right here on a great advantage. There we go. And now we're gonna have Julius again. So as you guys can see, all of his skills are on cooldown because I used the SP and I'm waiting on the cooldown. So all I can do is use my normal attack and we're gonna use it on this big ass bear again. One shot that boy. And now for Noelle, we're gonna go ahead and use her ultimate. Again, if you forget, you can just hold it down and it'll do it for you. It attacks all enemies and she has a great advantage over all enemies. So we're gonna use that and we should be able to complete it right here. Now, like I said, if you don't want to play through it, so you have to complete the mission by yourself first. Then you can leave it on dispatch, on auto, and do all that stuff. You feel me? So that's what I recommend, and that's what's easiest for me. So right now, for example, right now we have a buff, so mage XP increase. You also have like stamina debuffs and all that stuff. So like I said, really focus on grinding gear. Even now, like me, I'm personally still grinding gear too. Oops, I clicked the wrong one. So that's what I would recommend. Also, obviously right here you have the summon tab. So in here you can go ahead and summon on whoever you like. I don't recommend summoning right now at this moment in time. We have season 4 Noelle and Charmy coming out and Black Asta coming out. So for right now, save your black crystals. As long as you have Mars and Lotus, you should be good to go and you can re-roll for them for free. Next up, we have the shop right here really quickly. Every single day, you can go to standard pack and you get a free daily free gift. As you guys can see, you get stamina, mage XP potions, and Yule. In general, you can go ahead and get skip tickets for free and you can get XP potions for a couple of Yule, you know what I'm saying? And as you continue to summon over time, you can actually use those extra mage pieces to buy stamina. You see what I mean? By stamina, you can select all. For these rare characters, select all. You get mage pieces, SSR mage pieces, skip tickets, stamina, all that good stuff. And in general, you can actually go ahead and get more stamina with crystals. I don't really recommend it, but I mean, if you really need stamina that bad, then sure, whatever. Exchange center, so this is where you can get medals from arena and unlock all of these things as well. Skill page salvage, that you don't really got to worry about it as a beginner as of right now. But in here, you basically have all the exchange shops. So finally, if you go ahead and click this gift box right here, this is going to show you all of the news that we have in the game. So it'll show you Gateway of Reunion, who's in the summons, squad challenges, and in events, this is where you're going to get everything. So at the very bottom, the longer that you play the game, the more rewards that you get. So you can receive all. You get potions, crystals, gear boxes, all of that stuff. Mileage is basically whenever you buy something in the game, you get more mileage. Dispatch burning time, so every single like week or two we get a brand new thing. So if you click dispatch and you leave it running for a long time, you can get extra rewards. When you complete bonds, so when you complete bond missions, you unlock stars. Once you get enough stars, you actually get free summon tickets. So make sure you guys are completing this as well. As you guys can see, I'm still not done. Like, there's still plenty of free-to-play tickets that I can get. The more you progress through the story, you also get free multis. 1200 crystals is enough that you get for a multi, and you get those just by playing through the story. And right now we have this dice event. Make sure you guys are completing these dice missions, because as you complete this circle or this square or whatever, as you complete this square, after you get all the rewards, you'll be able to actually get stamina boxes, which will automatically give you 100 stamina for free. And finally, bingo event. So these events kind of rotate as you go on, like through everything, and you can get like rewards just by completing these missions and all of that good stuff. I think that's really all you need to know as a beginner. There are more intricacies like skill salvaging and all that stuff, but that'll go in a later video. I can make separate videos about that. But as a beginner, this is basically all you should know. And finally, if you go here, you click arena. This is just PvP. So you get to set up your own team and play against other characters. Again, as long as, like, as a beginner, you can easily get to like the bronze tier just by using the bare bone minimum team, and you get rewards depending on how high you rank. So if you get to like silver, you get certain rewards. If you make it to gold, you get other rewards. So it's not too bad, man. It's pretty simple and you get pretty decent stuff. And the more that you win, you actually get medals, and like I said, you can actually buy a whole bunch of this stuff right here. So for now, I think that's basically all you need to know as a beginner, and as you progress, I'll make more videos on what gear to use for what units, who you should summon for, skill pages, all that good stuff. But as a beginner, that's basically all you need to know. And if you unlock all these boxes, if you go to inventory and consumables, this is where you have your stamina. You can use it and actually unlock it, your free gifts, your free gear, you know what I'm saying? So that's basically all you need to know for right now. So hope this helped you guys out. Hopefully we get some more homies hopping on the Black Clover mobile game, and I will leave timestamps in the video, that way you don't got to sit through a full 40-minute video. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate y'all, love you guys, and as always, stay swaggy, stay blessed, and I will see you guys in the next one.